You've just connected to the Dial-Up Dads, the best podcast where two middle-aged fathers bring you the high-voltage dad wisdom at dial-up speeds. We're talking busted backs, forgotten passwords, and the kid stuff that drive us nuts. Yeah, the name sounds like a hotline for lonely moms, but we're okay with that. So grab your Crystal Pepsi, blast some Mighty Mighty Boss tones, and party like it's 1999. This is the Dial-Up Dads, with your hosts, Joe and Brian.
How's the summer going?
It's been great so far. Been to the pool a couple times already.
All right.
So that's been great. Bishop is getting more comfortable with the water. He actually got in a big pool today, but he had his life vest on. So
yeah,
had a grand old time. So it was great.
Good.
Been doing some bike rides. Just relaxing, man. Just trying to take it slow.
All right. I have not busted out the bike yet. I still got to pull it off the wall, but it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do all of y'all have a bike?
We do all have a bike.
Right.
Jay uses mine when he needs it. I've got one from him from our neighbor. I didn't realize at the time because they'd actually put it out on the curb, but I got a hold of him before the trash man came and got it. I was like, is there any problems with it? They said that it needed some new brakes and it needed a chain. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like, what could possibly be wrong with the chain? It needs a chain, not a new chain. Okay, that's a little out of my wheelhouse there. So it's still sitting in the garage, but so it's just at any given time, just the five of us can't go out together. But individually, yeah, we can go drive around. We can go ride around.
Ride around.
Yeah. Our neighborhood is was like we got pretty big blocks and everything. So if you just do 2 trips around the block, I know that's a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like do the trails and things, they got pretty good hills, and so you can get a pretty decent workout if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I did when I took it out. I think the first good day we had this year, I want to say like maybe in like March or something, I didn't do a good tune-up on it, and I was going up the hill, and I was like, I had to stand up, and I'm like pedaling, and my steering wheel, my handlebars, yeah, it's been that long, I don't even know the parts anymore. They like, and I just like basically face planted on the floor because they went from perpendicular with the bike to just straight in line. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I gotta fix that. And I like had to carry the bike home. So this is a sign that apparently I am just too far out of shape, and I am not ready for a bicycle at this point in my life. Right now.
It's a sign that you need to get a bike fix. That's what the sign is.
But I was able to tighten it up, and it's good to go now.
Good. Yeah, I remember wiping out on my bike, the Allen Creek Park. When you're riding the trail, it kind of ends and there's like a little roundabout. Well, I thought it was too cool. And, I took the roundabout, pretty decent speed, but my bike turned too much and I had my pedal that I was turning on, the turn side, down, and it clipped the ground and I flipped over. Grown ass man flipping over on his bike is a sight to see, let me tell you. Luckily, no one was there to see it. Except for me. But yeah, no, I've been there, man. I've been there. At least yours was a equipment issue. Mine was a user error. So
I think the worst thing that's happened to me, I was roughly 8 or 9, and I lived across the street from the school that I went to. And I was standing up trying to build up some speed, and I didn't know it, and my seat fell off. Yeah. And I sat back down at full speed.
Oh my
and
God.
Yeah, I learned something about myself that day, and
wow.
Learned things I liked and didn't like, and
I definitely did not like it.
No, so never know. Don't knock it till you try it. Well, that was things that I suggest it's not all things need to be tried.
Well, I don't think too many people like a metal pipe up their butt, but there it is. So how's the summer for you?
So going good, working. It's like she's killing it on TikTok. We're doing the TikTok live every Monday.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nice. She's up to almost 11,000 followers on there.
Wow.
We're doing the Sister Wife things on Monday night at 7. It's like we got this going on. Course, I'm trying to get a episode out every couple weeks. Trying to work on the book still. And then I got a idea for like a little internet show in the back of my head here that I'm trying to put some episodes together for. Got some digital characters that I have like mocked up and just got to write some episodes for it. Liv started swim a week and a half ago. She had her first swim meet yesterday.
Okay.
Which,
I think I saw some pictures online about that.
Yeah. She did pretty well. Her first meet was an individual. She finished 3rd. From my perspective, I thought she finished 1st or 2nd, so I must have missed somebody down at the far end. Jess had been sending me some videos from practice, and just from earlier in the week, I could see some things that she'd already improved on. So I'm like, okay, good. That's good to see. The second race was an individual medley where she was the anchor, and this is going to kind of tie into the sports conversation we had a while back, where apparently I'm just too serious about things, and Captain No Fun, as like she was it was a 4x25 yard, which that's the length of the pools that they're swimming in. Like the first girl on the team was like really fast. She had him out to like a really good lead. Then like it was a freestyle, so I'm expecting like all the girls to be doing like the overhand freestyle swim. Well, the second girl on the team immediately like flips over and starts doing a backstroke, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's like the worst stroke. And like she immediately loses the lead. And the girl 2 lanes over, I mean, she was pretty fast, and like she immediately took the lead. And by the time our second girl finished, like their third girl was almost done. And then our third girl, she got tagged in, and like she started doing the freestyle. I'm like, okay, we got some hope here. And she got like a third of the way done and flipped over and started doing the backstroke. And I'm like, no. And not only did she do the backstroke, like she immediately made like a beeline for like the little ropey divider things, and like ran into it. I'm like, you've got to be. I was like, we were so far ahead. So finally she finishes, and Liv like starts swimming, and it's like she made it all the way across the pool without having to stop or anything. And I think they ended up, it was only 3 teams in that race, and I think they finished 3rd by like a second or so. Between her and the first girls, like they were by far the strongest swimmers. But like the two,
they actually swim to the end and they flip over like they do in the Olympics.
The young ones, they just touch the wall, because they're only going once across the pool, and then the other person goes.
Okay.
I think they only had 25 yards, and then some people did 50, and the people that did the 50s, they were doing the flips. I was like, I can't do a flip. I was like, when I'm doing laps in the pool, I just touch and go back.
Right. Yeah.
But it was like, well, all the parents are out there, like we're all smushed together like sardines watching our kids, and it's like we're all cheering for our kids. And the people, like the second and third kids, are like standing in front of me, so I didn't want to, like, I wouldn't have like bashed the kids anyways, but they're like, go, you're doing so good. And I'm thinking like, your kid sucks. They're not even doing the right swim.
Well, it's a freestyle, right? So we can do whatever.
Yeah, it is freestyle. I mean, do what you're good at, and it is all of their first year. Right. I was like, I know I'm being way too hard on them, but it's just like I said, Captain No Fun. Just winning is fun.
Wait, you did have money on it.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't have money on it, but 2 of Liv's cousins are also on the team. I dropped Jess and Liv off because the place where the event was did not have much parking. So I dropped them off, and they went inside and found a place to sit. So like I had to drive around and park in this little community that was luckily right next to the pool. So I park grab the rest of our chairs and stuff and walk inside, and they had found her cousin, and they were sitting in there, and the sheets that show like all the races and all the competitors and stuff, they're called heat sheets. And so like I'm looking through, I'm still like learning the lingo, and it's like, oh yeah, like what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm looking through the races. And Jess's cousin is like, you like races are for like betting on horses. It's like you see people looking at the papers like that and going and flipping through. It's like they're about to bet on horses. It's like that's what we should do to make this more interesting.
To keep yourself occupied. Yep.
So I was like, okay, well, all right. So apparently I need to learn these are heats, not races.
Well, you got me. I wouldn't have known either. So.
Yeah, I learned that.
That's awesome that she's swimming so well, though. That she's actually trying to compete. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well she did. I was like, she's been in swim classes for the past couple years. She wanted to do competitive last year, but we made her hold off. We think you need another year to pass your swimming classes, and that was the first time since 2022 where she passed all of the classes that we put her in the same summer. So it's like, okay, we'll give it a shot next year. And yeah, she's taken to it, and she says this is her favorite thing she's done. She just wrapped up with a hip hop dance, where she says she wants to do that again. They had a recital a couple weeks ago, and then cheerleading's coming up here in a couple weeks. She's in tumbling, so trying to keep her busy.
Yep, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, keep them out of trouble.
Yep.
You said that the bishop was swimming with the jacket and stuff. How's the elder?
Oh, he's fine. He's just not a competitor swimmer, that's for sure. But he can go off the diving board, the deep end and stuff, and get to the side. That's all I really care about. Can you keep afloat? So I don't have to come save you or keep watching you the whole time. I was telling my wife that, I don't want to rush anything, but it would be nice to go to the pool and just lay in the sun or the shade and not have to worry about watching any of the kids. Just go have some fun. I'll be over here reading my book or laying down, whatever. Still got a couple years to go.
Are you the dad that the other kids get drawn to when you're in the pool?
I've had that before, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Especially, if Ryland's friends are around. But yeah, kids have been drawn to me before, to like throw them off, throw them up in the air and to the pool and stuff like that. But not lately, no.
Is it the gray in the beard scaring them off?
Probably. I'm okay with that. Like, don't bother me. Play with your own parents.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want any strange kids coming up to me and trying to deal with that situation.
Uh-huh.
Who are you? You don't know who you are. I'm not touching you and throwing you up in the air. This is not an amusement ride.
Right. When Liv was stuck in like the kiddie pool, I was like, that's where I would hang out. That's where Jess would hang out, and like everybody's her friend. And like just all of the kids would just find their way over to me. And it's like, where are your parents? It's like, why? Why me? But of course, I would play with them, but it's like somebody's got to keep an eye on them. But
yeah,
it's like, but it's like I don't want to be like that to their face. Like,
right? No, I get it.
Go away. No, I don't.
Like, is that your parent over there? And then they turn and you look and you run away.
Oh no, I'm not fast enough for that. Oh.
Do you guys have a pool in Pickerington?
Yeah, that's actually who she swims for. She swims for the community pool. We got that, and then we have, I know at least 2 of the subdivisions have pools, because there's 2 other swim teams. And actually, I think the kids in the neighborhood all go to one of those other pools. Yeah.
Cool.
So I think we have 100.
I didn't know how that works.
I don't know how to get on to the other ones, but just where we go to the pool anyways. It's like that just seemed the easiest route. Yeah, we got like 153 or 156 kids on the swim team. It's like the thing took like 3.5 hours. But then they were motoring.
I know, the pool we go to, they have like swimming records up hanging up, but I never hear about or know how they go about doing that. I don't know if it's during the school year or during the summer, but I don't know. Swimming was not my thing, so.
Yeah, same here. Like, Jess swam when she was younger, but that was not something on my radar.
Thinking a couple different places that I want to visit. I've never been to Serpent Mound. Have you ever visited the Serpent Mound?
Want to, have not.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't gone. So I want to try to do that this summer. It'll be nice to do.
Have you watched, I lost the name of it, Ancient Mysteries, maybe? Mysteries? With Graham Hancock?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
You sound disappointed by that.
No. I'm not disappointed. He does talk about the Serpent Mound.
Yeah, that's...
That one. Yeah.
I was like, I know...
that's not why I want to see it, but,
okay.
That adds to it for me, but I've always wanted to see it, but yeah.
Okay.
I do remember that episode or that feature that he had on the Serpent Mound.
Okay.
How it all lined up with the sun or something like that.
The snake eating the sun during the equinox or something?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was like, I do know there's a guy that I watch. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that Graham has said apparently has been debunked. I found that out after watching the show, but I do like to at least... I did find the stuff that he put out there entertained.
Well, that's... I don't know a lot about all this, but the reason why I responded like that is because I have a friend who we have this back and forth thing about the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's no way slaves built these pyramids. Like,
you said that, or he said that?
I said that. I was like, I don't even know if humans built the pyramids.
Okay.
But it was just funny because, Graham Hancock talks about that stuff. That's why I had that reaction. But I don't know. I forget where I was going with this. But I'm all into Graham Hancock. The thing that when you said it was debunked, like, who debunked it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know one guy I watch is Professor Dave.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dude that debated Graham Hancock on Joe Rogan, something weird like Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Minuteman something. I'll have to get back with you on that. He's pretty interesting too. He's kind of young.
Yeah, I think it might be the same guy that my buddy is trying to get me to watch. He's like, watch this video, and I haven't watched it yet. It's been over 2 years, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, he goes in on that documentary, I think. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he like goes in and tries to debunk all that. But the thing is that we don't know what life was like back then. Okay, and I know this is not the topic of our conversation, but like the
no, this is taking a left turn, but I'm all up.
That's fine. Well, this could be something else. But the pyramids was built. You don't see anything like that on Earth, right? The precision that you see these pyramids are built on, you don't see that anywhere else. So, and at least for me to say that like slaves built this or how they built it with the incline, like all that stuff seems impossible. And you would have to have a major infrastructure around there. And none of that stuff was found. It takes modern movers to move, a 10-ton rock or something like that. It takes an incredible amount of machinery. Where's all that infrastructure at? It's not there. So I don't know. No one knows how that thing was built. And don't tell me it was slaves. I'm just saying.
My thinking is that one of the reasons I did watch the Graham Hancock thing was because something that I have thought for a long time was that you look at the evolution of humans. Depending on what you believe, we've either been around in some way, shape, or form for 2 million years or 6,000 years. I tend to believe more toward the 2 million year range. Look at what we've accomplished since the 1860s.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to believe that from 2 million years ago to the 1860s, that's all there was? And then we've had this from the 1860s to now? That timeline to me doesn't make sense. Something was lost somewhere.
Right.
And I think that's why I watched that Graham Hancock is like, this makes sense to me that there is a lost civilization out there that spread these lost technologies, for loss of a better term, to the world.
We don't know what these civilizations were or were like. We don't know that. But like you said, it just makes more sense to think that there was something that was lost. Because the things that we have uncovered, it's like, how did they do that? And then there's like this gap of nothing. And then Homo sapiens and all that stuff. So I don't know. I just have a hard time believing like cavemen or Homo sapiens did some of the stuff that we've uncovered. So I don't know how we got on this topic, but that is one that I like to talk about. I'm not knowledgeable of it. But
me either.
I love being intrigued by that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like when people think they know it all.
Yeah.
Especially when modern historians or just historians in general try to push this idea. And of course, there's evidence for certain things, but just to say that this is how it was, this person looked like this, thousands of thousands, how do you know that? We don't know that. There was no pictures back then, We don't have any photo evidence or anything like that. So, I don't know. It's one of my niches that I like to get into every now and then. Gobekli Tepe was another one that Graham Hancock talked about.
Yep.
And
was that one Turkey or Morocco? Something like that?
Yeah, Turkey, yeah. And how there's so much that hasn't been discovered. There's a lot of stuff underneath the ground, but they're starting to build trees on top of it. Like they've stopped the excavation. They turned it into a tourist site, but it hasn't been fully excavated. Why is that? Like those questions like that, like, are we going to discover something that is just going to totally turn modern civilization around or up on its head? Is that why these governments are like concealing it? I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
But at this point, maybe we need it.
Right, exactly.
Maybe I should claim to be a flat earther and get one of those free flights to Antarctica.
Right.
Have you heard, this is a podcast I've been listening to. Actually, I just emailed them today. I don't know if they'll get back with me or not. It's called The Rest is Science. It looks like it's fairly new. I think you might enjoy it.
The Rest is Science. Or Science, you said.
Yeah, The Rest is Science. It's kind of like out there, like concepts and things and like a bunch of scientific stuff.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to take this turn, but I'm glad to know that if we're ever looking for ideas, we can go off on these tangents.
Well, yeah, I'm totally okay with that. Maybe we can do like a, maybe I can watch that video. I can have a reaction video or something.
To which one?
What, I don't know. Whichever one. Anyone. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Let's see. The one I emailed them about today was that they were talking about the various levels of infinity. And the idea that if you have a rubber band and there's an ant on the rubber band and the ant travels at 1 centimeter per second, but you stretch the rubber band 10 kilometers every time that the ant travels 1 centimeter. Assuming time is infinity, will the ant ever make it to the end of the rubber band?
I would assume that no, they wouldn't.
Now,
because you're continuously stretching it, you're making the distance longer.
So
right?
That is my conclusion. They are saying that it would, because stuff gets weird at infinity, and they spoke with some mathematician, and they said that if you can add up all of the fractions, and over infinite time, it eventually will be a percentage that would equal a full value. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but it's like, So I sent, here's my idea.
Just broke.
And then the other one that they said was, this was about with the Artemis mission that just went around. Okay, it's like with the sound.
That was cool. That was really cool. I mean, just seeing that all the different video footage. Oh my God, we're about to get into this. So I'm glad that they had all that video footage, because a lot of people don't believe we landed on the moon, which I'm starting to believe. Like, did we do it or not? I don't know.
Oh no!
But it's another thing. I mean, it was just good that they had all that stuff, because in the age of technology that we're in now, there's no reason why we shouldn't have extremely good video footage of all this stuff that they're doing. And if they don't have it, then they're definitely hiding something. I'm a big conspiracy theorist. I know that's what it sounds like, but that's what I think. Like if they're hiding something like that, if they're not showing us video footage, they're hiding something. Because There's absolutely no reason for them not to have footage.
Okay.
But you think about, the first moon landing, you kind of wonder like, okay, wait a minute. They're showing a video of him getting down off the lander, the lunar module. Is that camera set up on the surface? Is it coming from the lunar capsule? Like, is it attached? And because the way it looks like the camera's set and you can see the ladder of him getting down. Who set up the camera? Unless it's attached to the lunar module.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. I can see that. So I don't know. And just all these other footage that they get from the early moon landings, where they're riding around on the little cart and all that stuff. It's like, okay, well, who set up those cameras? Who's videotaping? Is there an astronaut, or do they have a tripod? Like, I don't know. Now it makes sense. Like, you got your little phone, or cameras are that small nowadays. So that part makes sense. But who knows?
Okay. I can't remember what the dude's name was. I think his name is Dave as well, actually. Because Prof. Dave has debated him a couple times, and he's a pretty prolific flat earther. When they were showing Artemis blast off, he was counting the cuts. It's like, as proof that this is not real. This you can't use this footage to prove that the Earth is not flat, because all these cuts, this is not a continuous footage. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think you got to like 13 video cuts. It's like really, this is the extent
Did he show
that you have to go to? Huh?
Right. Did they show the cuts? Could you see the cuts?
Well, I mean,
or were they like cutting back from showing the rocket and then showing something else?
I mean, it was the trajectory of the rocket going from different camera views.
Yeah.
But it's like, really, this is what you're pointing at? That your Earth bowl is
right. Yeah, that's a tough one for me, the flat earther thing. Sorry, any flat earthers that are listening right now. You don't make any sense. So
yeah, you're a lot nicer about that than I am.
I don't know, but yeah, that's always fun to talk about. So,
dude, yeah,
I know that's what we weren't scheduled to talk about that, but that's good stuff.
Hey, thanks for hanging with us. If you liked what you heard, or even if you didn't, please help us out by leaving a comment, a like, and subscribing. Until next time, we are the Dial-Up Dads.